I've got some foot fantasy investments that could help you make a ton of coins on FIFA 22. But before we jump into that, I need to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 6% off at checkout. Now let's go ahead and jump right into this video. All right, boys. So jumping into these investments, what we're going to be looking at here is investing in some of these foot fantasy cards from Team One. Now, the reason for this is a lot of times what we see is whenever any like meta special cards from kind of interesting promos go out of packs, they typically do really well out of packs, especially the cards that are live cards, meaning they can get upgraded. And each of these cards has the potential to get 3 upgrades. So we're going to look at some of these cards that I think are going to do really, really well out of packs. So, in terms of looking at the team, some of the cards I love the look of is one that we touched on already. This Jose Sa card has a really good potential to get all 3 upgrades, go to an 89 rated card, and he's only coming in at around 23,000 coins right now. So I love the look of this card as an investment. And in terms of when to buy, the buy time is going to be as soon as possible when you see this video. Get on these cards ASAP. So this is going to be the first one, is going to be that Sa card. The next one, I'm going to run through some of these cheaper ones because a lot of times these will do all right, is going to be this core card. This guy's only coming in at around 17,000 coins, and he has a ridiculous card here. If he even gets 1 upgrade, I'd expect him to do fairly well out of packs here. And then the next one, in terms of the cheap cards here, a guy that has a lot of substitutes, so I'm a little worried about him in terms of how well he'll do out of packs because there's a lot of Serie A right backs now. It's going to be Odriozola, though, his fantasy foot card here. Hey, where you at? Gosh, Flippin says he's 23k there. He's coming in about 24, 25 here. Now, this card, again, very, very solid. There's just a lot of Serie A right backs now, so I'm not as confident about him. So I like the look of that card. And then in terms of the next one I really like here is going to be this Jimenez card here. Now, plays for Atletico Madrid, has a really solid card. Good chance to get all 3 upgrades as well, considering he's Atletico Madrid here. This card is really, really nice, and coming in at 75k looks solid. Now, I want to jump into showing you kind of the reason these guys rise and some examples of them. So I'm going to bring you over to Footbin, and what we're going to look at is just the most recent promo team before Foot Fantasy here, which I was looking at, which is going to be Foot Birthday Team 2. And I've picked out a couple cards that had some decent rises here. So the big one here I wanted to look at was Davinson Sanchez. This guy reminds me a lot of this Jimenez card. Obviously not, Jimenez doesn't have as good of links because he's not Premier League, which is going to be the most popular league, but he got a potential for 3 upgrades and could have a much better card than this Davinson Sanchez. Now, you see here, Sanchez was coming in at about 106k the Thursday that he was about to go out of packs, which is when this video is coming out for these fantasy foot cards. He goes all the way up to 160k now, 170k in just a week. And you'll see this with a lot of the meta cards. Berchiche here, 27, 28k the Thursday he goes out of packs, goes up to 35k there. And DD, one that didn't even see that good of a rise, goes from 29k up to 36k here in just about a week. So you can see a lot of nice rises like that. And then I also want to jump into a team that I haven't even like looked at yet in terms of their rises and try to pick out a card that I think there'd be a good rise in. For example, if I had to pick a card out here, I would probably go for oh my goodness, I'd probably go for Di Lorenzo here and imagine he did decent out of packs. He's sitting at about 75k right now. And yes, this guy was 58k the Thursday. And then he goes all the way up to 86,000 coins the next Tuesday. It looks like a lot of these cards are peaking on the Tuesday after as well. So that's looking like it's going to be the time to sell. Yeah, so the Tuesday after, so for example, you buy these cards, you'll want to sell them possibly the next Tuesday is what we're looking at. So these are some of those fantasy foot cards. Again, we have a Team 2 coming as well, which we'll keep an eye on for more of these investments. There are some other cards here that I think could be decent. For example, one that's a little bit risky is going to be Van de Beek here. Obviously, there's a good shot that he gets none of his upgrades. Everton are in horrible form. He may start. I don't know his team status in terms of being loaned there and how much Lampard's using him, he could start enough games to get one upgrade, which would bring him to 90 and a really nice card. This card getting one upgrade could still do well at a PAX. And then last one could possibly be this Inaki Williams card. The only thing I don't like about this, if this guy was 4-star, I'd be all over it. But the fact that he's got a 3-star weak foot, I think could turn some people off, but still a disgusting card here for 45k. If he just had that 4-star weak foot, I would say get all over this guy. But my favorites are probably going to be Jose Sa and Jimenez here. I really like that Jimenez. I think we could see something very similar to the Davinson Sanchez rise with him. So that's kind of some of these foot fantasy investments. Really simple stuff. Invest in these promo cards before they go out of packs. Wait for the rise, and it looks like Tuesday will be the time to sell. Or you can wait for these guys to get their upgrades, and they could go up even more. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.